So my friend Emma and I pledged to each other that we were only going to get books we were absolutely certain we were going to read this year at BEA and BookCon. It keeps going. We want a lot of books. So I have a few things to say before getting into the stack of books that I acquired over the 5 days of the convention. And the first is thank you to anyone who came up to say hi to me or wanted to take a picture. It is so heartwarming, and I'm not good at having human emotions and feeling genuine, so I'm about to start combusting right now. But yeah, genuinely thank you. It's like the viewer's reason that I'm here, because you like watching me talk about books. And so to get back to you guys, I may have gone back into a few lines and picked up extras of books, so you're gonna have to stay tuned in the video to find out how to win them from me to send to you. That's the worst possible way to have explained that there's a giveaway in this video. 2, BEA can be vicious at times. Like, people want those books real bad. It's no part of the convention themselves, it's the readers. Like, you can't really see it right now, but I have a battle wound from it. And my friend Emma Books, someone sat on her head trying to get a book. That's not a chair. What are you doing with your, like, stop, get off her, you know? And I also wanted to say a quick thank you to the curators of Book Expo and BookCon. It's really cool that it brings everyone together. Like, literally, Book Expo brings people together. I'm not being cheesy, like, friends from all places came together in one place, and it's nice to meet friends, and so thank you for letting me cover the event as press. The first of many books that I acquired is Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This was highly anticipated by me because Holly Black, I just trust her. 1, we graduated from the same college, the College of New Jersey. I hope she's okay with me saying that, but I mean, it's public information. 2, she likes to write about fairies, and that girl, she got fairy ears. Like, she surgically changed her ears to look like elf fairy ears. They're a little pointy. It looks really cool. That's a whole nother level of commitment. I am so excited for The Cruel Prince, which follows 3 sisters who were kidnapped and taken into the world of fairy. It builds on the world that was created in the darker part of the forest, and I happen to enjoy that book. And this one sister wants to, like, save herself and her sisters, and so she has to defy this cruel prince and take on the royalty. This isn't the final cover, but yeah. I'm excited. The next thing I acquired was Leigh Bardugo's Language of Thorns sampler. This is the myths, it's not the whole thing because I said sampler, and king of explaining unnecessary things. Is the myth set in the Grisha world? She's deep in the Grisha world, guys. She's not only in the Grisha world, she's within a world she made up within the Grisha world. That's another level, and I love everything Leigh Bardugo, so I got this now. And we have Warcross by Marie Lu. First of all, I know some people are hating on the cover. Why are you doing that? Like, this cover is I love it. I like it a lot. This is in the theme of Ready Player One, follows a girl who hacks into this online game that's more than just a game, it's like people's lives, and it's called Warcross. I wonder how in this online game she gets asked by the creator to keep an eye out for people who are trying to sabotage it, and so she ends up in like thriller, online, espionage, and I've read all 6 of Marie Lu's novels, and I got to meet her and she signed it, so that was a cute moment, and that's what this book's about. Next up we have Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and Amy Kaufman in outer space, I trust her. She says space, and I'm listening, Amy Kaufman, like I will read whatever it is you're about to say. The series follows a dying Earth, and they discover this alien planet that has the necessary like elements and tools and science to fix Earth, and so this team of Earth explorers sneaks onto the planet and tries to take what they need, and like again, I trust Amy Kaufman with my reading experience no matter what. Staying in space for a second here, we have Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cumming. I am so happy for those 2 precious, lovely human beings. This book follows a band of bloody Baroness space female pirates. Did I say that correctly? They are on a mission that happens to go awry, and now bounty hunters after them, and on top of that, they have to prevent this dude who wants to basically start a war and take over a planet, and it sounds very action-packed and very Star Wars, and I'm really excited because I myself want to be an author. This is a booktuber who teamed up with an author and like got a book published, so it's like, hey, someone did it, like this could happen for me. My future dreams are possible, so I'm very excited to check this one out. You've got kid. In your head you're supposed to say Moxie because it's like, it's a saying that I hope people know. This is a book about a girl whose mom was a riot girl in the 1990s, and then some stuff starts happening at her school and she's like, hey, we need sort of a feminist agenda here. The way they're treating women isn't right, and so she takes up her mom's mantle and she's like, she goes for it. So these next two books, I stayed up last night staring at because I couldn't decide which one to read. These are by far my most anticipated. And first up, we have Maggie Stiefvater's All the Crooked Saints. My friend Brandon got me an ARC, so thank you Brandon from Brandon the Book Addict. I'm so overwhelmed with words, I don't know what I want to say first. I read the first couple pages and I was like, I'm in a desert right now? How did that happen? Because it's set in a desert, and what I'm trying to say here is that Maggie Stiefvater's writing is so atmospheric and just like mystical, and like no one's brain works like Maggie Stiefvater. And all I know about this is it follows three cousins who are able to perform their own strange little miracles, and I don't want to know more, and I don't want you guys to know more. Let this surprise you with its majesticness. Also, it's set in 1960 Colorado. Ding. So the other book that I was super excited for is Release by Patrick Ness. Patrick Ness is one of those authors where if he writes it, I'ma read it. He writes a grocery list, I'ma read it. I'm happy this isn't a grocery list, but like I still would read your grocery list, Patrick Ness. And this is all set in the course of one day, and it follows a bunch of life-changing things happening to this one guy who has very strict religious parents. I trust Patrick Ness, you know? It seems like it's gonna be like a wrecking ball of emotions, like Miley Cyrus. Come for me. She's not on her wrecking ball anymore. Have you seen her? She's chilling on the beach. Another thing, like, I know your parents don't really need to tell you not to stand upside down on railroad tracks, but it's just sort of common sense. Like, boy, be safe. Then we have Dear Martin by Nick Stone, and I met Nick Stone as well, and she signed this, and she's just like a really lovely human being. It's so nice when you meet an author, and it's like, it's not awkward and the conversation just flows, because I'm a little bit of an awkward turtle, so it's cool when like we get along. This is about a boy and his friend who sees himself being treated differently by a police officer because of the color of his skin, and so he goes on this sort of internal and external adventure using the works of Martin Luther King Jr. and seeing how they hold up in current day. And it seems really small, and I'm just sure it's a little small book packed with a lot of big emotions. Next up we have Wild Beauty by Anne-Marie McLemore. This cover is a wild beauty. It's too easy a joke, I'm not gonna let myself make it. This follows a century's worth of women who work on this very luscious, lovely estate, but the problem with them working there is that every man that they fall in love with vanishes. And so one day, this character named Estrella meets a boy who doesn't know her, and I'm thinking maybe there's a little connection there, and she's like, uh-oh, I don't want him to go bye-bye, so they've got to figure out what's going on. Next up, we have The Bells, a very hotly anticipated follow-up series from Danielle Clayton, who was one half of the authors on the Tiny Pretty Things series, which is set in the world of dance, and this follows a girl named Camelia Beauregard, who is a belle, and that means she has the ability to make people beautiful, because in this land of Orleans, you are born with gray skin, and so people are able to give you color and to make you beautiful. Camelia doesn't just want to be any belle, she wants to be the best belle. Like, we can relate. No one wants to be just okay at something, we want to be the best. So she goes to this royal palace where she learns that her powers are more than just making people beautiful. They're dark and they're dangerous, and stuff's about to change in this world. Next up I have Adam Silvera's They Both Die at the End. If you've been watching my channel, you know that 1, I work for Adam Silvera, 2, I like Adam Silvera as a person outside of working for him, and 3, I have absolutely adored every book this man has written, this book included. So this follows two people who wake up and get a call on the day that they are going to die. It's set in a futuristic New York City, and so these two people have to decide how they want to spend their last day alive, and they end up together by a series of events and sort of are affected by meeting one another. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Again, add this to your TBR. Hey Adam. All you ever do is make me cry. That's supposed to be the sound of a teardrop. We're going to age things back a little bit and pop into A Middle Grade by Alexandra Bracken. This is The Dreadful Tales of Prosper Redding, and it's a very accurate title because it follows a dude named Prosper Redding whose life is pretty damn dreadful. His a couple greats in there, grandfather made a deal with a demon and then broke it, so now Prosper Redding has to deal with the fact that this happened and the demon enters Prosper Redding's body. That sucks. Now he has to prevent the demon from getting out and like hurting the rest of his family, and so he teams up with his long lost uncle and his uncle's witch daughter to make things happen. Sounds pretty dark for a middle grade, so Alexandra Bracken, what you gonna do here? Staying in the middle grade zone for one more book, we have Clicked by Tamara Ireland Stone. This is a very cute contemporary middle grade that follows a girl who invented an app and this app sort of creates a scavenger hunt where you can find out who your best friend's gonna be. But things happen on the app that aren't so great, and everyone in her school secrets just might be revealed, so she has to team up with the dude she doesn't like all that much. And I don't know what happens in the process. I don't know if it's a cute romance, but that is the premise of this book. Back into the YA zone, we have 27 Hours. So the first thing that I am impressed by this book is that Tristina Wright, the author, dyed her hair all of the colors of this book. That is next level commitment. Her and Holly Black with the ears, they're hard. Like they go hard, but like they go author hard. Is that a thing? I made it a thing, I think. What's really important about this book is it's a fantasy with almost entirely LGBT character cast. You don't see that a lot. So it's these 4 people who have to prevent a war in the span of 27 hours happening between the humans and the monsters who live in the world, which are like gargoyle creatures, and it just sounds like exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited. How many times have I said that this video? Okay, we are now into the giveaway portion, and we've got Invictus. One of these is upside down. Yeah. One of these is upside down, is not part of the title. This is by Ryan Groudon, the lovely author of Wolf by Wolf and Blood for Blood. I read those 2 books. I love them. They ripped me apart, and she explained to me that she wanted to write a new series that was fun and lighthearted and not soul-crushing. Thanks, girl. This series is about a guy who can travel through time and space, and he meets this girl one day on the sinking Titanic and realizes maybe history is not as set as he thought it was. So I'm going to have a rafflecopter down below to win this and the next book. First, I'm so sorry, it's only US based. I do not have the ability to ship abroad. I wanted to give back what I could to the readers who can't necessarily go to BEA, because they're the reason that I got to go to BEA. Enter the rafflecopter down below. There will be description on how to win, how to enter. You have to be subscribed and you have to like the video, and I hope that you win. I hope someone's gonna win. The next book that I waited around an extra time for is Daughter of the Burning City, because I am just so incredibly excited by this debut, and purple. That's how my brain works when I get excited, because I just realized I was kind of matching the cover. So this follows a girl in a circus who has the ability to bring these creations to life, and she doesn't really think they're alive until someone starts killing them off one by one, and so she has to like go to all the darkest corners of the circus to figure out what is happening. And I love circus books. I don't think I've ever been to a circus exactly, because clowns freak me out, so I'm not sure I'd like them. But I mean, I'm safe when it's in a book. They can't come out of the page, can they? Yeah, no, I think I'm good. So you will win 1 copy of Daughter of the Burning City and 1 copy of Invictus. All you have to do is enter the rafflecopter down below, and this is my thanks to the people who watch. Again, I'm sorry I can't be abroad, for helping me get to BEA. Next up, we have Berserker by Emily Laybourne, and this seems like it's gonna be a little no, it's blood-soaked. The cover is blood-soaked. It's gonna be a lot of bloody. This follows these 2 sort of, I think the author described them as Viking people who have the ability to go berserker, which means when someone they love is threatened, they go into this like killing rage, and it's really affected the lives of them and their family. So they go on this journey to the American Midwest, and it sounds very different, and also, again, soaked in blood. We're almost done, I promise. But this is an exciting one, Witchwood by Tahara Mafi. This is set in the same world as Furthermore, which was middle grade, but this is a young adult, and also these covers. Damn, girl, they're good covers. It follows a girl whose job is to wash the bodies of the dead in the river in the town that she lives in. And her parents are no longer with her, and so she really doesn't have the best life. And then these 2 familiar strangers, which is an oxymoron, so I'm confused about how she meets familiar strangers, come into her life and like add magic into it and sort of change the course of things that are happening. I'm excited to read it. I never read Furthermore, but I feel like I should before checking into this one. I don't know, but I'm gonna read them for sure. Whitney, I love you. And then we have There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. You know, the girl who wrote those cutesy contemporary romances set across in Europe. We've been pranked! I watched a lot of Grace Helbig videos in the day. This is a very dark murder book. There's this girl who goes to a school where literally all of the students are just getting killed off one by one, and then the murderer ends up in her house. I'm excited to see how it does, you know? I'm excited to see if she's got the darkness inside of her. It sounds like I just prophesied some weird shit just now. Then I've got Shadow House Fall, the sequel to Shadow Shaper. I think Brooklyn was where it was set, and it follows a girl who has the ability to use magic that brings art to life. She didn't know she had this ability until these zombies like started coming after her. And so it's a very dark and intriguing novel, and I'm not gonna say what the sequel's about, because that'd be spoilers, and I'm not here to spoil you, you know? Just, that's what the first book's about, this is the sequel. So thank you guys for watching. My name's Michael Booklion. Click the Rafflecopter down below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, comment your thoughts down below because we're all free-thinking human beings, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Gotta get back to reading All the Crooked Saints. Maggie Stiefvater, fuck me up.